graph the function f of x is equal to the opposite of the absolute value of x plus 1 for x less than or equal to 5 and identify its domain and range. Okay, well, let's begin this problem by making a t-chart and coming up with some coordinates for our function f of x. Let's put in a -5 to begin with for x. So we have negative, or the opposite of, the absolute value of -5 plus 1, and that's -5 plus 1, which is -4. So we have the point -5, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the x to the left, and then down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's put in a -2 now. So we have the opposite of the absolute value of -2 plus 1, or -2 plus 1, which is -1. So we've got the point -2, -1. Okay, let's try 0. See what happens when we put in a 0 for x. So we have the opposite of the absolute value of 0 plus 1, which is just equal to 1. So at 0, we've got the point, a y value of 1. Now let's put in a 2 for x, and we have the opposite of the absolute value of 2 plus 1. And now we're back to -2 plus 1, which is -1. So you can see that we've reached an apex here. We've reached our highest point. Now we're coming back down, that 2, -1 as a point, and absolute value functions, the graphs of, do make a V shape. And let's put in a 3 now. So we've got the opposite of the absolute value of 3 plus 1, or -3 plus 1, which is -2. And we're going to put in one other point. X has to be less than or equal to 5. So let's find out what happens when we put in a 5 for our x. We have the opposite of the absolute value of 5 plus 1, or -5 plus 1, which is -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So using our straight edge now, we can connect these two sides. And remember, we don't want to extend past our point 5, -4, because x has to be less than or equal to 5. But we can extend on the other side. So now we need to determine what our domain and range is. Our domain will be all of our x values on the graph. So it's going to be from -infinity to +5, with a bracket around the 5 to indicate that 5 is a point on the graph. And as a matter of fact, the point 5, -4 is a point. And then our range, all the possible y values, and that would be -infinity all the way up to 1, including 1 on the y-axis.